What's up? I'm Apollo Vega, and this is Felt Studios. I'm Apollo Vega, and I'm from Fort Pierce, Florida. So I would describe my music as something that really provokes emotion in people. I make it my duty to make sure people feel something when I'm singing and when they hear the words. I try my best to take what I kind of seen growing up in the church and seeing people like feel music on another level, almost out of body experiences, and try to do that same thing with my music to kind of make people feel and connect with what I felt and what I put in my own music. Music has definitely always been in my life. Since I can remember, everybody in my family can sing, my grandfather and all of his siblings. And I grew up in a church in Fort Pierce, Bass Temple, that had strong musical influences. So from as long as I remember, I've been singing. I think there's a video of me singing at like 3 or 4 years old. So it's basically been the first thing I ever learned and knew how to do. The most notable influence for me is Ray Charles. I've always loved his music, and I loved how he took, Ray Charles himself too grew up in the church, and I love how he took worship and he took that energy that happens in a church, especially when the music is high, and he applied it to the music that he did, which was soul music, and made R&B basically, and made that that music we know when it comes to Ray Charles. So Ray Charles has always been one of my biggest influences. And I would say Prince is another big influence for me just because of his expression and just how he allows the music to kind of go throughout his body in a way. But Ray Charles definitely is my #1 influence. The feeling that's most significant, I think, is just feeling in general. I think nowadays, music doesn't necessarily have to make you feel, or people don't try to make people feel emotions outside of, I try to make people feel different kinds of emotions, not just happiness and turning up, but feeling sadness, the feeling of remorse, the feeling of regret, the feeling of temptation. I try to take other emotions that a lot of times people avoid in music and take those emotions and write it in my songs, and then get people to feel things that they usually try not to feel. But with music and with singing, you allow people to kind of go through these emotions that they run away from in a more positive way, or embrace it more. So I would say feeling in general is just what I go for. Shout out to LCP Studios and Emilio, who I'm working with when it comes to my new projects and all my new singles coming out, like Nasty Baby, my latest single, and then I'm working on another single called Touch. Felt Studios will be shooting that video, and it was produced by Lightchild at LCP Studios. So shout out to my team, shout out to Kai, them who are my band, which will be at this show as well. It'll be our first time performing together publicly. So my band will be premiering on the 29th as well. But yeah, I just hope everybody comes. I want everybody to come in here and be prepared to feel. You're probably gonna cry, and be prepared for that, because that's that kind of show. I grew up around, like I said, I grew up in the church, so worship is dear to me. I don't sing gospel music, or what people call gospel music. I like to think my music is the gospel as well. But I try to take my music and make people feel something. So this show is all about feeling and provoking emotions and just really enjoying sounds and vibrations. So if that's what you're into, the Apollo Vega Experience is definitely something that you shouldn't miss. You can find my music on all streaming platforms, from Spotify to SoundCloud to Apple Music, just about any. I have DistroKid, so all of my music is distributed to all those platforms. Currently, I only have 2 singles out, which is Him, produced by 21 Jedi, and Nasty Baby, produced by LCP Studios, Emilio Lightchild. And then I have another track coming out called Touch. But you can find me on all streaming platforms, on SoundCloud, Apollo Vega on all platforms. My Instagram is Vega Tribe, and my Facebook is Apollo Vega, and you'll see me. and you can follow me for all the new updates. I plan to put out some more singles in a project. So right now I only got 2 songs out there, but we're gonna change that by the end of the year. I plan to have tons of content for people to follow us, follow the Vega Tribe, which is what I call my movement, the Vega Tribe. So yeah, hashtag Vega Tribe. I'm Apollo Vega, and you can come check me out at Felt 005 on August 29th